You want to do a diet study on black sea bass? Let me show you how. So, you want to cut open the black... Oh my gosh. All right, let's get down to business.
To set up, make sure that you have an adequate amount of paper towels around your workstation, as well as your microscope, light source, measuring board, scale with adequate measuring trays, and I like to keep Kim wipes and a bucket on the side for easy disposal of any items that you dissect. If you're looking for other dissection tools, they can be found in this drawer in the lab by glassware and the other microscopes. When you're ready to begin, take bags of black sea bass out of the freezer to the left and set them out on the countertop to thaw, which will take around 3 hours or so. If you don't want to wait that long, you can set them in room temperature to warm water in the sink and then wait for them to thaw, which will take about 1 hour. Place your sea bass on the measuring board and record its length in centimeters. Be careful to take note of its tail that is tapered off. Measure from the very end of the tip that you are able to lay out. Place the weigh tray onto the scale and press the tare button to zero it out. Then place the fish on the scale and record its weight in grams. Place your fish in a plastic tray in which you will perform the dissection on. Beginning at the vent, cut up the ventral surface, either around or through the pelvic girdle, and then stop just below the operculum. Returning to the vent, cut a flap around the upper dorsal plane, moving towards the head. Use forceps as necessary. Identify and record whether the fish is male or female. Females have vibrant orange gonads, seen here, whereas males have white gonads, seen here. Remove the gonads by cutting through the delicate connective tissue around them. This can be done with a pointed tool or with scissors. Once the gonads are removed, place them in a small measuring tray and record their weight in grams on your recording sheet. Next, we will focus on removing the stomach, liver, intestines complex. But first, let me show you a quick time lapse of me performing the first steps. Here you can see me first removing the female gonads and then weighing them with a small weigh tray. I then get to work removing the stomach, liver, intestines complex, which is easiest done by cutting the tissue between the fish's esophagus and stomach. The esophageal skin can be very tough, so make sure that you're careful not to puncture the stomach or liver. Here are some more pictures. As you can see, the liver wraps around the top of the stomach. Remove the liver, stomach, and intestines and place the intestines in your garbage bucket. Weigh the liver and stomach separately and record their weights. Then use forceps and sharp scissors to cut open and invert the stomach, removing anything solid that you may identify. Weigh the empty, inverted stomach. You may need to blot out digestive material for this. Here you can see a gaggle of fish that was inside of our fish's stomach. These ones are pretty small, probably larvae. Try to note which kind they are. Dave can help you with that if you're stuck. And weigh them. You're done with one fish. Woo! Throw everything in a large Ziploc bag. Fish, intestines, Kim wipes, paper towels, and throw it away in our small trash bucket. It's very important that you bring this bag of trash to the dumpsters outside at the end of your day in order to mitigate any overnight smells.
Would you like to see what's inside of this guy? Follow me. Would you like to see what's in his stomach? Let me show you. You want to see what's inside of a black sea bass? Follow me. You want to cut open a black sea bass today? Let me show you how. you curious on how to cut open a black sea bass? I was too. Follow me.